is crypto finally becoming a real store of value? What do you think, Austin?
I think that the digital asset space has a lot of room to grow in that direction of becoming a store of value, but I don't think it can ever, at least from my perspective, because I like to react to everything. It's something trading taught me. I don't like to forecast things. I don't see in the near future, at least, Bitcoin or some crypto asset replacing what we would call like hard money, real stores of value, gold, silver, commodities, things like that. So to me, yes, there's a future for it. And yes, we could be heading into that future, but the timeline is very vague. You know what I mean? I don't know. And
Okay.
I'm not deep in the crypto space enough to
Okay.
really give a solid answer on that.
What about you, James? Do you think it's becoming a store of value?
So I'd like to also echo on that. But last week, I think the reason behind my thought process is last week, Thursday, when, everything started, shit started to hit the fan with Russia starting to invade.
Yeah.
I think cryptos and everything like that, I think Bitcoin was down about 8%. Cryptos were just tanking, whereas gold was up was just ripping. So I think that like proved where the store of value actually is, the more stable asset.
Let me play a little devil's advocate. So that was the story on Thursday, right? That was the story on Thursday with crypto, because in crypto, we all know, was essentially trading as a risk asset, right? In other words, the fear was there's no liquidity, everybody's going to run to bonds, money's going to get pulled, everybody's going to have to liquidate everything they can because stocks were selling off, everybody was freaking out. So crypto got sold and Bitcoin got sold. And that was the view of the charts. Then this is what's interesting to me about what happened in the market. We literally froze all Russian assets. We literally, the Central Bank of Russia had $600 billion on their balance sheet, and now they have nothing because they can't use any of that money. And that means that anybody who's Russian, who has rubles, the ruble incinerated. Somebody there is a very funny Twitter account, Doug Bonepath. Maybe some of you guys follow him. He's he's kind of a crypto comedian, and he made this meme yesterday. He goes, "Man, there's some really crappy crypto coins like this ruble. It's down to 20% of its real value."
Right. It was acting like a crypto. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it was acting right. It was acting. But here's my point. So the moment Russians heard that their money was essentially burnt, you saw Bitcoin just catch an unrelenting bid. And frankly, nobody's more of a skeptic than I am of crypto, but that was the first time in the marketplace where I was genuinely impressed that the asset was acting as a store of value. And, of course, it's digital, it's portable, it's fungible. It's much easier for a Russian to take whatever money he's got and buy crypto on the exchange than to be lugging a brick of gold, across the border. So, maybe it really is becoming
and if anything, you had yesterday being one of the biggest bullish bars that we've had in a long time. So maybe coming out of this, as there is so much uncertainty, you will find people looking for that quote unquote digital safe haven. Everything we're going towards in life right now is technology. Technology is going to change the world way more in the next 10 years than it has in the previous 10. And people understand that. So I think they're going beyond just the traditional gold and silver, even though it, like James said, it still is doing better. The digital asset is still going to be, in my opinion, the preferred, especially from the younger generation. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I'm not so sure. Like, I'm looking at gold right now. I mean, it's doing well. It's holding 1900 bit, but it's not like it's like we're ripping to 2000.
It's so strange to me how through all of the inflation stuff that we've dealt with and through all of the uncertainty in the world I'm living through the one time that precious metals are not ripping. I'm missing the time when silver went from 4 to 17. You know what I mean? It's just so weird to me.
I think you're just biased because your last name is Silver. That's why.
You're funny. You're funny.